Hi, my name is Winifred and welcome to my channel. So, it's so nice to be here today, and I made a video, the last time I shared a video, I got reviews and all that, and there was one review that actually caught my attention. She asked, Winifred, I am not coming from the perspective of God giving you a message, but I want to ask you, if you're going through something or you've gone through something that has eaten you up so deep, and you know that in this society that we live in today, if you speak out, you would be stigmatized. How? Why is it so important? Why is it so necessary to even want to speak out, And I understood her perfectly, because sometimes speaking out becomes your greatest undoing. Yeah, I know that. But in this video, I will be telling you 2 reasons why you have to speak out, why speaking out is really, really important, why you must not stay silent, okay? Let's get on to business. So, as a young girl who grew up in a not so perfect family, me, I would say that speaking out, it's really, really important for you yourself. Why? So, growing up as a child, a girl child, in a family that is not so perfect, there were so many things that I went through that I would rather not want to talk about. But I realized that not talking about it, not speaking out, one, puts me in a trap, like a cage, where I was inflicting pain on my own self. I hated myself. I couldn't just do anything right, because I felt that everything that happened to me because of me. Can you imagine? How can you even think that the problems that just happened to you were as a result of you existing, So I bottled these things up. It ate me up. I hated everybody. I could not let people in. Then guess what? As I grew older, I decided to speak out. Someone told me, you're eating yourself up. Why don't you just speak out? Winifred, speak out. So I decided to try what she told me. And I told one person. And I realized that the moment I shared my story, my burden was lifted. I realized that, okay, I could actually talk about this without feeling so much pain. Oh, wow. I decided to talk about it again. I started talking and talking. And I realized that the more I talked about my experience, the less pain I felt. Oh, wow, this is some sort of serious healing, And that was how I recovered. I realized that speaking out helped me, because it actually put me on the road to recovery. It solidified my commitment to wanting to stay on the path of healing, because I had spoken about it. I had told strangers and friends. I didn't want to go back to self-hate. I didn't want to go back to that lonely, dark part that always told me that was the reason why everything happened to me. I knew I had to stay. I was committed to staying on that lane of recovery. It helped me. I had spoken about this thing, and that pain left. The burden to want to strive so bad to be heard, I realized that it was just ease. So speaking out is actually very important for you, because it helps you solidify your healing. It gives you a voice. It makes you worthy of being cared for, worthy of being loved, worthy of being heard. Do you understand why you have to speak out now? It helps you, okay? Who wouldn't want to keep a healing they found? No, I would want to stay healed. If I were in your shoes, I would definitely want to stay healed. So if I have to speak out to get that peace, I would, okay? That's one of the reasons why you have to speak out and not stay silent. And secondly, your speaking out is important to others. Yeah. You think you want to bottle things up. You're strong. You want to bottle things up. Oh, let them not know what I'm going through. No, my dear. Let me tell you. Sometimes being too strong is actually a very big sign of weakness. You know why? Because you're scared that if you tell people your story, they would know how your vulnerabilities work. They would know where you're so feeble and fickle. So that way, yes, let them see me. I'm strong. Okay, yes, I can do that. I can take all in and I cannot, whatever, what it is you have, But you forget that it is in your weakness you discover your strength. If I didn't speak out, would I have known I was capable of healing? No, I wouldn't have even known I had healed. And secondly, why you have to speak out is for others. You have to speak out because in as much as that pain or that trauma has done you good, you have healed and all that, it's also a service to others. People who are going through what you've gone through, who have gone through it or are about to go through it, or are already on their path to recovery. Your story is a service to them, because when you tell them your story and they would look at you and be like, if she or he can, I can. If they could, I can. Now, there's this story, I would also use myself too as a case study. While I was going through problems with my marriage, I didn't want to step out of it because I felt in the society where we live in today, it is always better to die, just die inside that thing and not talk, rather than just walk away and be you. But at the end of the day, I am here today, and I found this particular lady who was also going through what I went through. I had to counsel her because she came to me and she said, guess what she said? She was like, I know that you've been in these shoes before, so I think it will be easy if I talk to you. And I said, oh, please come, tell me what the problem is. And she told me, and I told her out of experience. And glory be to God, it worked. And every time she sees my picture or we talk to each other, the first thing she would say is, God used you to help me. Your story gave me strength. Every time I look at you, I say, if Winifred can do it, I can. You see, just imagine if I had kept quiet and not share my own part of the story. Just imagine if I had not owned my truth. That lady would have been there languishing in pain. But my story was able to liberate her. So my story was a service to her. It was a tool for her deliverance. That is what your story is. The Bible says, let me not even say that now. Apostle Paul said in Acts 26:29, while he was sharing his story with Agrippa, he said about his Damascus Road experience. He said he's telling them this, hoping that everyone who is listening will be like him. It means that if you share your story, you're indirectly helping the other person to also heal like you have healed. Do you understand? The Bible even said in Revelation 12:11 that they triumphed by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimonies. Imagine if they decide to keep quiet. Your pain is the tool for another person's deliverance. Your story is the tool for another person's freedom. That person might have been in captivity, and the moment they just hear your story, the moment they hear your story, a surge happens, and they're like, okay, I can do it because your testimony, your story, everything, it's always a tool for the deliverance of another. That's why you must not stay silent, okay? Don't you forget that the pages, the problems written, or the stories or truth, whatever that is written on the pages of your life has the power and the capacity to change another person's power. It's like a manifestation of God's power. No matter how you think your story is so insignificant, it is needed by others to overcome. Don't forget to always, but it's okay. It's okay if you don't feel all right to want to share your story. I understand, and that's perfectly okay. But if you decide to, please do so for everyone's sake. There are people that are counting on your story to get their freedom. There are people counting on that your traumatic experience that God healed you from to heal them. There are people who, when you step out, looking at you, how you healed from everything that was meant to kill you, you have given them hope to live for 10 decades. Yes, I said 10 decades because He has given us the spirit of long life. Do you understand? It's one of the reasons. If you want to keep quiet, for yourself. It's fine. But please, for the sake of other persons, don't keep quiet. You never can tell who your story might be helping. Okay? Yeah. That's all I wanted to say again. And just before I go, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll be watching you. Thank you for staying with me through the end of this video. I really appreciate you guys. Please share this video. Tell your friends to subscribe. The Lord is going to be helping us on this channel. And I'll be seeing you. Bye.